Hello, everybody. Welcome to a Wednesday edition of Running Point on YSNLive.com, brought to you by Greenwood Chevrolet in Austin Town. As you can see, it's not just me and Ty to open up the show today. We are joined right off the bat by head coach of the Columbiana girls basketball team, Dave Crismon. Dave, thank you so much for taking the time to join us.
Hey, thanks a lot, guys, for having me. Appreciate it.
Coach, we got to talk with both sides now. You're going to be the girls' side of things for the Columbiana Clippers. And I have to say, I was impressed by both teams, but your team especially coming in 12-9 off of last year. Obviously, you guys had a pretty successful season. And I think through that, you saw a lot of growth from some of those younger players as well. And it seems like you're returning a lot of those players. So talking about that, talk about some of the players that you kind of lost, but some of the players you expect to have big roles this year. And some of those younger players you expect to have big roles down the stretch as well.
Well, we actually only lost one girl, but it was a huge loss. It was 20 points a game, 4 assists a game, probably good to 3 to 5 steals a game, and that was Grace Whitmer, who went on to play or is playing at Geneva College. And so when you're looking at your roster of young kids, like you said, and I do have 3 seniors coming in this year that got considerable playing time last year. One, unfortunately, Camille Zettner was hurt most of the year. So I'm looking forward to that, but we have to find a way to replace 20 points a game. And whether we have great balance in our scoring or we have a couple of girls step up each and every night. Tori Long is totally capable of putting up big numbers, Cassie Spade. But, we have some shoes to fill in that sense. And our young kids, I'm very impressed so far with our freshmen, sophomores and juniors that are coming in. Attitudes have been great. Practices are very competitive. So we're excited at Columbiana about what's going to be happening.
Yeah, in this Columbiana program, you look at the not the rafters, but the wall and the banners up there. You can quickly find out that finding people to score is not a problem for this Columbiana Clippers team. When you look at all the 1,000-point scores that they've had in the program, so I'm sure you'll find somebody that steps up and gets some points for you this year. Talk about the defensive scheme and what kind of defense you guys will bring back this year as well. I mean, strong defense last year, and it looks to be just as strong this year.
Well, we coming in, I followed a program that did a lot of full court press, 2-2-1 trap, half court trap style. I wasn't going to try to fix something that wasn't broken. So we went ahead and did that, but each year trying to implement a little bit more man-to-man philosophy. You're going to see more out of that or out of us that way this year, but we're going to mix it up. We like to try to be assertive in the game. We want to try to dictate tempo. So those are the kinds of things I think you're always going to see out of us. Again, it's just getting terminology, playing together, young kids buying in and investing into what we've always done in the past.
Coach, I think there's no doubt this is going to be a very tough EOAC this year. And I think it's going to be one that's going to be kind of wide open between teams that can kind of take a hold of this flag. Talk to me about competing in this EOAC this year. What are some of the challenges you expect to face and what you guys as a team and a unit need to improve on to take a hold of that EOAC crown?
I think the EOAC just chock full of good coaches and programs that are on the rise. You look at a United, you look at a Southern. They're getting athletes that are starting to buy in. Their coaches do a great job. Latonia is always tough. Wellsville is improving. East Palestine's the reigning champions. You just have to approach each night, I think, with that kind of mindset that you're going to go to war tonight. And our kids understand that. We put the league title in our sights each and every year. I mean, that is something that our kids expect to go get. But this year, probably above all others, like you said, any given night, if you don't show up to play hard, you could get beat, and there's going to be a lot of parity. So I'm hoping that with the tradition that we bring to the table, that we will come in with some swag, even though we have young kids that will be contributing. I think the sooner they realize that and what it is to be a part of Columbiana girls basketball, the better off we'll be.
The league's going to be tough. We all know that. What about your non-conference schedule? What are some teams that are on your slate this year that you're really excited to play and you think will really boost the team's preparedness for the end of the season and what the tournament brings.
Yeah, we open up with Cardinal Mooney right off the bat. That's going to be our home opener, and it's just always a tough contest. We're going to a Brookfield tournament where we'll see Brookfield and some other competitive teams there. I think that it is a non-conference schedule that will hopefully get us prepared, especially come tournament time. You want to be playing your best basketball, and I felt like even through a COVID year last year, our non-conference schedule helped us when we went into, meeting champion in a sectional final, a game that I really felt like we were right there and had every opportunity in the world to win. So I think we're up for the challenge. I hope the schedule will benefit us, and I hope our girls come in and play confident.
Talk about the growth that you've seen over the course of the summer and how they have been and fared in the off season. Where are those areas of growth that you've seen the most, and what areas have they really improved on?
Well, this summer was good for me because we really had a summer. We really didn't get much of one the summer before. And so when we start planning out shootouts and different things, then it's, okay, I got to work around softball. I got to work around this. And I totally get that as a softball coach. But I was very impressed with our turnout. I was impressed with our younger girls, and I really needed to see our younger kids. I needed to get an idea how they were going to be in a competitive setting. You see them in junior high and they're doing really well, but you want to see them at that, in that varsity atmosphere where they're playing against possibly 17, 18-year-old girls. And it's an eye opener. And I think that they saw that too, came in with a great attitude, realized how hard they were going to have to work. So it helped me to see our younger kids this summer, and we got probably close to 26 games of basketball done in the month of June. So it was very productive.
Coach, you mentioned that game against Champion that closed your season in the tournament. What a great game that was. Like you said, you felt like you could have won it. You were in position to win it. When you end the season like that, how much does it fuel the team to kind of get back there and try to take that next step the next year?
Yeah, it was a gut punch, Anthony. I mean, we were up 5, close to 45, 48 seconds left in the game. And I think one of our talks first day was about toughness. And we want to really try to establish toughness. I felt like there were games last year, and it's not taking anything away from our opponent. I thought there were games last year that we should have won at home. We just needed to be tougher, and we were not. So we're really preaching that this year, that, the other team doesn't get the ball unless you give it to them. And talks like that go a long way. I think if we can stay consistent with that down the stretch, those close games will go in our favor. But again, that's a mentality that kids have to develop, and they have to have confidence to do that.
Obviously, winning helps when trying to build that culture and trying to build and get girls to buy in, but also it takes a lot of outside teaching. So what is some of the things outside of the sport of basketball that you try to teach your girls in an effort to teach them what it means to be a Clipper?
Well, we really try to emphasize that this is a team sport. We want you to buy into the total team concept. You should have your teammates back. You should be the best six-man you can be if that is you. What is your role on the team, and can you accept that? And I really feel like that is what life is. When you get into situations where you are pressured or you are pushed, how are you going to react to that? And many times you have coworkers or classmates or people that will be there to pick you up when you fall down. And, you need coaches to do that too. So we really try to preach that family, team first atmosphere in our program. And I think the girls are really buying in.
Coach, we asked Todd Johnson this as well. That Clipper gym is very unique. It's got a big feel, even though it's not that big as far as space-wise. The crowd gets on you in a hurry because they're so close to the court. Talk about the home court advantage that Clipper Dome can kind of bring to you guys.
Yeah, we love playing at home. I think we get a good following. I think that there is an aura about playing in our gym. When you said, you look at the numbers on the wall, in our program alone, last year was the first time in a while that we didn't get to taste the EOAC title or whatever league that we were in up to that point. And I think that it brings that extra advantage. I think that our girls are comfortable there. I think we shoot better there. So with that being said, we want to try to be able to do well on the road, but you do have to hold serve at home. I truly believe that.
Talking about this upcoming season, we know that Columbiana usually shows up well and they support. But for anybody that's kind of on the fence about it right now, what's the selling pitch to come out and see the Lady Clippers this year?
Well, we are going to be deeper probably than we've been in a while as far as, our 1 through 10. And we are going to play hard. And I think if fans want to see good, fundamental, get after it basketball, they'll enjoy our girls too. And I think that the girls want to perform for the home crowds, and they want to go out and they want to, do well. And I think by emphasizing in practice the things that we are right now, team first, fundamental, discipline, play hard. I think fans are going to respect that and enjoy that. And hopefully that produces a bunch of wins. And winning is always fun.
Coach, before we let you go, I want to give you the chance to highlight your coaching staff and the people that work in the program and the people that you couldn't really do this without.
Well, we've got 2 great junior high coaches. Ray Steve's been doing it forever. With our 7th grade. This year we have Rachel Stoy, and actually her brother Grant Spade is helping her in our 8th grade program, and they're going to do a phenomenal job. Hannah Mowry is my assistant coach. She has been for the last 3 years, and she has great rapport with the kids and just super structured and disciplined, just the kind of person that I needed to help me out with that. And then we also have Will Johnston, who's new with us this year on board. He's working with our post players. Our kids really respect him. He brings a lot to the table. So I'm thrilled with our staff. I'm thrilled with the start we've had. Right off the bat tonight, we have a scrimmage with McDonald's, so we'll see how things go.
Coach, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. It was great to kind of get a chance to talk to you and help us preview the Columbiana basketball season. We look forward to supporting you and covering you guys throughout the year, and we look forward to talking to you again real soon.
Hey, I appreciate everything YSN you guys do. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach.